And there we go. Awesome. Welcome in, everybody, to the live OFL recap show. This is for week 5 as we go over the results and do predictions for week 6, which is upcoming. And we'll say big welcome in to our two co-hosts today, Ethelred and Khornight from across the pond over in Europe.
Hello.
Hello, and happy holidays if you celebrated this week.
Yeah, over in the U.S. we celebrated a holiday. Thanksgiving, which was nice. I ate quite a bit on Thursday and yesterday. Kay says he's had terrible dice this entire week. Yeah, you go through stretches like that, that's for sure. We all do. No doubt about that. All right.
I think the secret to that is you play more. The more you play, the more likely you are to have your dice change.
Yeah, absolutely. You'll have those bigger swings.
We have literally just started, Sophie, on that.
Yep, just got started, so nobody has missed anything. When elves roll ones, it's always going to be a bad day.
I mean, dwarves not being able to GFI, that's fine.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Ethel showing his dwarf hatred.
Yes. Give me 1 second, guys. I need to blow my noggin here. I sneezed
that's
and
cool.
I'm all stuffy.
Yeah, okay. I had a game at tabletop this week where my opponent was basically having a fit like a little baby for most of the last 12 turns. So three quarters of the game, just like, oh my god, this is shit, and like moving his pieces really sloppily and like almost crying.
I can't imagine any worse opponent than you when that happened.
I was sympathetic. I was very sympathetic.
Yeah, I think your sympathetic face would just be look. I just see it as sarcastic, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know how you would get past that.
Yeah, I do have a slight problem with resting smug face. So,
hey, next week, viewers, you might see us all if we get all our cameras working.
Well,
so you can see Khornight's resting smug face. That'd be quite funny.
Yeah, we might have cameras for everybody next week. Anders, that was your first problem, trying to be nice to Loop. You should never be nice to him.
Never be nice. Always foul. Never be nice.
I did add fouls to the standings and stuff. Just to make you happy.
Thanks.
Let me pull this over here real quick, and I'll show what I mean. So if we go to the standings page, you can see a new column now. Column P is fouls, to show how many fouls everybody has done. So yes, Ethel, you have done quite a bit, but you have not done the most.
Good. Oh.
And if we go to the top fives, you will see a new chart here on the bottom that is for fouls and where it currently stands.
So 19. Jesus Christ.
The Underworld from Kalis Real have fouled 29 times so far through 5 weeks.
Glorious. Well done.
He is literally fouling 7-8 plus times a game. I mean, it's every game he's fouling quite a bit. So you got to kudos and props to him for sticking with the foul game. So we have gotten.
I do not approve. Although Underworld I approve, but no, fouling is bad. Don't do it. Okay.
Fouling meta, man. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, I hate the fouling meta. Bloody argue the call. Just shit rule.
Okay,
that's a great rule when it works.
All right, let's get this thing fired off here. So, for everybody, you will notice some new screens at the bottom of the video. The screen on the left is for showing the results of the current match day and the upcoming matchups for the future match day. And then the middle section is a screenshot of the 4 co-hosts and where their bets are from their predictions, their bets. And the smaller one to the right and just to the left of my my ugly mug is the running total of who's gotten what right. So that will give you guys an idea of where we're at with the betting and the predictions. So, with that said, let's get started here in the AFC. We have.
I think you're. Oh, no. You're right. No, wait, carry on.
All right. Just ignore Khornight.
Yeah.
For the AFC, we're going to do the quick look at the results here. As you can see on the bottom left screenshot, there's listed there. We have, and Khornight should update the screen as we're talking about these. So, the Vampires of Elaricia have beaten the Underworld of Kalis Rael 1-0. For the first matchup, for the second matchup, that is
no one got.
Okay, I'm gonna go back over here so that way I can see the teams. Second matchup was Bugman and his Chaos. Yep, Chaos Chosen, winning 1-0 over Mammutus and the Amazons.
And again, no one got the Chaos. We're doing really well this week.
Yeah, it seems that way. We're already off to a fantastic start. The third result was the Lizards of Nomenesio winning 2-0 over Nick and his Corn, I believe. Yes, Corn. That one should have gotten. Some people should have gotten.
Yeah. 3 of us got it right. I'm afraid you went for the draw.
I was the one that went different. Yeah.
Possibly just to be different. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what it was, just to be different. The fourth matchup, Cal Dirac and his Necro win 2-1 over Doc Oz and his Chaos Renegades.
Pulling me ahead of everyone else this week. But still miles behind Galentio overall. So
Yeah, it's going to take a momentous downfall from Galentio for us to get back in this. But all it takes is one bad week, right? One bad week.
Yeah. Or a week where he just can't turn up and fill in his guest.
Yeah. And then the fifth matchup was a 2-2 tie between Squirm and his Undead and Lloyd White and his Dark Elves.
No one went for a draw.
Nice. The last matchup is Manile and his Nurgle against Vivo and his Orcs. I believe they are set to play this afternoon. Or they're actually, I think they're both set to play, or ready to play. It's just a matter of them matching up time-wise. I know one said he's online for the rest of the afternoon and was just waiting on, I think, Vivo to answer him. So, anyway, they should hopefully get theirs played tonight. So, that is it for the AFC on last week's matches. And you can see the running total on the smaller screenshot. I have got 0 right this week. Khornight's gotten 2. Galentio and Ethelred both with 1 for this week's match, or this week's AFC matchups. So
yeah.
Now we can do a quick look at next week's matchups and do our predictions and picks. We have the Amazons of Mammutus going against Kalis Rael. I'm sure I'm butchering that, but anyway, his Underworld. So let's just take a quick gander and make sure what their teams look like. The Underworld are missing quite a few. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with a 12-man roster, so he'll be at 7 players. No, that's not right. 14-man roster, not a 12-man roster. So he'll be at 9 players. 7, 8, 9, yep. So he'll have a couple of loners, which would be of the Goblin variety, I believe.
Yeah.
So an extra 80K, that'll put him at 755.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what his roster looks like. We're not going to spend time going piece by piece because that's what is bloating up our length. So we're going to try to limit that a little more. He is playing Mammutus in the Amazons, who has his full 12-man roster and is at 1250. So that's what we got. 1250 to 8. What did I say?
So 850? Like 855. So 395 different.
Yeah. So plenty of inducements for the Underworld. Obviously they have shown they like to foul, so they will be fouling quite a bit, I would imagine, whenever a lady hits the pitch.
The problem might be how often do the ladies hit the pitch against...
Exactly. More than likely, the only time they're really going to hit the pitch is on, like dub skulls or dub red, where they choose to take not reroll or failed dodges.
Yeah, no tackle at all.
Yeah, so it's going to be very, very ugly, I think, for the Warriors or the Underworld, the Warpstorm Warriors. But they could potentially do a little bit of damage whenever they do get their fouls off. So.
Oh, sorry, it was actually 750, not 850. So
yeah,
495 TV inducements. That's actually a bit more like it, I think.
Yeah,
chance for 2-star.
Get a couple of stars. Yeah.
He's missing his gutter, missing the Skaven thrower, who's also got passing bust as well.
Yeah,
picked that up.
Yeah,
rough.
Yeah, it's gonna be a rough one for the Underworld. I have a feeling, but I am first, and I will go with the Amazons.
Mammutus. I'll go with Kalis, just because I don't like Zons.
I can't see the Zons not winning this, so Zons.
Cool.
And Galentio can get his updated whenever he has a chance.
Yeah, maybe at TT today.
Yep. The next matchup is Elarisha and his Vamps against Nick and the Khorn. So Nicholas is Khorn. Looks like he's got his full roster of 12. So, yep, that's good. With 1230 being his current TV. Still no APO here, and he does have enough money to buy him if he chose, but looks like he might be saving money to finish filling out his roster. But that's where he's at, 1230. And he is going against Elarisha and the Vamps, who is at 1340 with a full roster of 12 as well. So it looks like 110 in inducements to the Khorn. It looks like a pretty straightforward matchup there.
So, I mean, vampires are pretty scary. I think I'm going first, right?
Yep, you're first.
But a particular vampire coach did once tell me that the scariest matchup for him is Khorn because you just beat them up. So I'm going to go for Khorn.
Gotcha.
It's bold.
Yeah.
The Khorn team has only got one block player. So.
Yep.
No, he's got two.
And two?
Two Bloodseekers. Yeah. Yep. And he does have a tackle.
Oh, there's one down the bottom.
Tackle strip. Yeah, there's a Bloodseeker at the bottom.
The one down the bottom isn't on Nuffle XYZ. So
gotcha.
Okay, that's what
it's still showing its SPP as 8 rather than 2.
It just hasn't updated.
Right, but but still not enough. So
yeah,
Elarisha for me this week. Vamps.
Yep, I think the Vamps are going to take this one as well. So Vampires for me. All right, the third matchup, Bugman and his Chaos against Dark Oz and his Chaos. So, Chosen against Renegades. Let's look at the Chosen first here. He has an 11-man roster. Everybody playing. Only 3 blockers. And his Minotaur, of course. And his TV is at 1200. The Renegades are at 1195, so 5k difference, but the Renegades are missing the Dark Elf and a Goblin. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's only 90k, or 9 players, I mean, which means he'll have 2 50k linemen, so he'll be 100k more. So he will actually be giving 95k in inducements to the Chosen.
Not really enough for anything good, I guess.
No. Probably a keg, a coach, and a cheerleader would be my guess.
Or a mercenary goat.
Yeah. Do the Chosen... No, the Chosen don't get the 80k biased ref. So...
No.
So yeah, he could go with a loner to get another player. Yep, a merc.
I mean, against Renegades, with the 3 mighty blow big guys, you kind of, a bench is a good idea, right?
Bench, yeah. Yeah. So he could go that way, for sure. All right, Ethel, you're first.
It's me. Okay. Well, I quite like the Beastman runner, who's mighty blow tackle. That's quite good, and for that reason, I'm going to go with chaos this week.
All right. I think I'm going to go with the draw on this one. I think they both do decent damage on their own offensive drives and get the score at the end of their drive.
Yeah, I think the killing power of the Renegades is better than chaos, than the Chosen in this case. They're both chaos, right?
Yep.
And yeah, and I think
missing the Dark Elf, though, I think is key for the Renegades this week. It's going to hurt them.
I have a feeling this team haven't been, the Dark Elf doesn't actually have that many SPP, so I don't know if they actually score on the Dark Elf that much. I vaguely remember that they don't. But anyway, let's carry on.
So what's your choice?
You're going with the Renegades, I take it?
Yeah, that was.
Okay. The next matchup is the Lizards of Nomen Nessio against the Dark Elves of Lloyd White. Lloyd White's Dark Elves are not missing any players, but they do not have an 11-man roster, so they will have 2 loner linemen, so another 140k. That will put him at 1170. Only 3 blitzers and a runner and with 1 witch. So yeah,
and not enough money to buy another player.
I wonder if I was gonna say I wonder if he had
65k
a bid on a free agent, but with 65k that's not enough. So
Okay.
Yeah, so 1170, and he is playing the Lizards of Nomen, who is at 1165 with a full 11-man roster. So the Dark Elves are up by 5k, so there will be no inducements at this point. I'm looking at a source with block in his name. All right, well, only 5 source.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, only 5 source.
And the 1-2 below it as well is
Yeah. His theme's so pretty hilarious. It looks like he may have just bought this source.
Yeah, the one with Carnage. Carnage hasn't been renamed yet.
Yeah, he hasn't played no matches. So I thought I remembered him only having 4 source. So he's bought his 5th source finally. And I'm sure he's saving his money to buy his 6th source after this, which he only needs 35k more to do that. But there you go.
I personally think Blank is worth firing because, why have a movement? I mean, movement bust is worse than loner in my opinion.
Yeah, unless he wanted to take the random on him just to see what he got and then fire from there if he didn't get a good random.
Yeah, like I'm a general randoms on skinks.
Yeah,
person,
I do too.
So...
I do too.
Yeah,
which he could actually do on a couple of skinks here if he chose to. But
you could random it on agility and get sneaky get, in which case it'd be worth keeping.
Yeah, I agree. If he got sneaky get, that'd be the only way I'd keep him. Anything else, I'd just go ahead and ditch him and start again. But
yeah, no more random generals soon, says Anders.
Yep, that is true. I think he's definitely saving his money to get the 6th source though, for sure. So yeah, if he did fire Blank, he wouldn't replace him. He would just take the loner for the time being.
Oh, I guess, yeah. So if he keeps him until he's got the money for the Saurus, it might be a bench. Yeah, okay.
Yep. So anyway, go ahead.
Your turn to go first.
Okay. Yep. How much dodge was on here? Oh, he's got 4 dodge, and no tackle on the Lizards. I feel like the Lizards are probably gonna win this, but I think I'm gonna go with the draw. Just because I think the lack of block and tackle could come back to haunt him on the Dodgers.
I mean, I'm going for the for Lloyd White on this one. elves should be a difficult matchup for lizards, in my opinion.
Yes, they should. They
And-
typically are. Yeah.
Yeah, and a witch with strip and wrestle, it should make holding the ball for the lizards pretty tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Which is probably going to piss off Ethel because he wanted to be living in
Well,
his Dark Elf solidarity.
I was going to say Dark Elf solidarity always, but then No Man is second with a 302 record with his lizards, so I'm going to go for the lizards to complete all three options.
Nice. Okay. Oops, hit the wrong button. Of course. The first of probably many times that will happen. The next matchup is Vivo and his Orcs, who still has to play, and Cal Dirac with his Necro. So let's look at Cal's team, as he is top of the leaderboard in this division. He is full roster, and at 1310, he's got 13-man roster. Yeah. Pretty basic, solid start to a Necro team. So, 13-10. Vivo's Orcs, who still has to play the Nurgle this week. He will have this Blitzer back. Oh, this Blitzer busted on a scout flag. That's why he's missed next game. And he took a move break on that bust.
Oh.
But he will have him back against the Necro. So that Mighty Blow will come in handy there, I would imagine.
He's not allowed to fire him.
Yeah, he's not allowed to fire yet until he either gets enough SPP to take a second skill or takes another permanent injury. He does have some really nice biggins to help solidify his line play against the Necro. So yeah, that's what you're looking at with the Orcs.
My turn.
Khornight, you're first.
Yeah, Cal. The Orcs are bigger and scarier, but I think Cal's a better coach, right?
Yeah, yep. I believe he's probably a little bit better as far as skill wise. Ethel.
Yeah, again, I'm going to agree with Khornight for this one. Again, league position, Cal is top and Vivo is 9th.
Yeah.
So, yeah, even with the extra strength, I think Necro going to take this.
Yeah, I have a feeling the Necro are probably going to win too, but I want to be different, so I'll go with the next likely scenario, which would be a draw.
Yep.
And the last matchup is Squirm and his Undead against Manial and his Nurgle, who still have to play the Orcs we just looked at. So the Undead has a 13-man full roster. He does have... Oh, this is the one that had the 2 Skellies.
Yeah.
And he did reply. In fact, let's see. I think he said... Yeah, he said... So this is what he said. After watching the show last week and interesting comments about my Undead team, I do have double Skellies for the purposes of getting one to serve enough to be permanently useful. As far as the 4th Ghoul, I just bought my 3rd last game and got him some use. I don't want to bloat my team too much as I'm already the 2nd highest TV in the conference by having 4 underpowered ghouls. My current strat lives with 3 ghouls until I plateau and other teams start bloating too. Or a good free agent ghoul comes along, maybe. I'm guessing he's saying he would take him potentially.
Right. Yeah, no, I mean, I think 3 ghouls is fine, but
You want 4 eventually.
Yep. He continues to say, right now I develop a ball carrier first, and then a playmaker, blodger, and then the 3rd ghoul gets kick and sneaky get. So
I remember that comment. I like to build my ghouls pretty much like one of them with block and the rest with wrestle, and they're all ball hawky type players.
Yeah.
Because you win on defense, or I tend to win most of my games on defense rather than on attack.
A lot of people do like to make one of their ghouls their last ghoul to level, potentially the sneaky get dirty player Fowler.
Yeah.
Which I guess I get because their dodge, they're more maneuverable, and their move 7 they can get across the pitch a lot better to foul.
And it is a fouling meta.
Yeah.
It is a fouling meta, but that's a lot of... I mean, just
extra
being movement 7...
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you want them to be ghouls, not rather than fowlers.
Yeah,
I think.
that's kind of how I feel about it too. I'd much rather have the skeleton fowler. They're a lot less
Yeah.
bloaty, even though they're 2 movement less. Still, movement
I
5
mean,
should be enough to get you where you need to be for fouling.
a skeleton with sneaky git and dirty player costs 100k. Yeah, and
If you
a
pick them both,
ghoul
yeah.
and a ghoul with sneaky git dirty player costs 105k. Sorry, 115.
Yeah.
Sorry, 115.
Yeah,
And
but
over the 7.
if you're able to random the dirty player on the skelly, that's where they become better.
Yeah,
because then they're only 70.
What do you think? What do you think of a Dawn and a Skelly?
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
That's what we got so far.
I'm not sold on it at all.
No, Dauntless is rubbish. Like you've got 4 players who should be getting guard. You shouldn't really need, and 2 players who have strength 5. There aren't many other teams with 2 players who have strength 5 as well, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. At this
If
point,
you want to tag an opposition big guy though with the skeleton, then one dice back at him. It's nice.
Skeletons. This is where skeletons are bad, right? Like, you'd rather have a zombie than a skeleton because the skeleton should be getting his armor broken if he's getting mighty blown.
Yeah.
Whereas the zombie shouldn't be.
It's less likely that the
broken.
zombie is. Yeah.
The removal chances are broadly similar, right? But the chance of getting stunned and then the big guy is much higher. Yeah. And as said about the ghouls, part of the reason for having 4 ghouls is the amount of times people get MNG'd in this game.
Yeah.
Yep. Having your 4th one is good for when
you're missing one.
You actually end up only having 3 because one's missing game or one's just died because they also do quite like dying.
Yep. That they do.
Especially on dodges.
Although maybe there's an argument to be said that having 4 makes it more likely for them to die because it's harder to protect them all as well, which is interesting. But anyway.
All right.
Digression ended.
With the Nurgle of Manile, who he's playing, he does currently have a full 12-man roster. Again, he still has to play the Orcs this week. But he does have some SPP scattered around that could potentially get levels after this match against the Orcs. So he could potentially come in with a couple of more block pesties or a wrestle pesty. So yeah, that's where you're at with the Nurgle. They have 12 men and are at 1255 currently. So
you want to start? I think you're starting, right, Spider?
Ethel on this one.
Well.
Oh yeah.
How many games have they played now? So this is week 6, right?
Yep, going into week 6.
So the Nurgle are still 45 games away of being good. So squirm for me this week in the Undead.
Okay. I think the Undead are more likely to win this for sure. But Manile is a good coach, really good coach. And Nurgle are notorious for getting draws, and I think Manile will be good to pull out the draw on this one, so I'm going to go draw.
Yeah, I think Manile's a very good coach. I'm definitely going for Manile to win. Hasn't he shown it already that he's done quite well?
Yeah, yep. And with different races across the board, and he's always been that way. He's always been good with whatever race he's playing.
I mean, one win so far this season, which isn't showing much.
Yeah, with Baby Nurgle.
But with Baby Nurgle, that's true.
No losses, I think, is more telling than the one win.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right, that is the AFC. So nice. I think we got through that fairly decent time-wise.
And by the way, Loki, who sends me occasional horse pictures, says that the issue with getting sneaky dirty player on a skeleton is getting 20 SVP on him.
Yeah.
Even if you're randoming, right? You're randoming on skeletons. You're looking for 14 on a player who can't pass. You're probably not scoring on. It isn't safe to block with.
Yeah, it's just going to be random casualties when you get lucky.
Or MVP.
Or MVP.
Yeah.
No, that's a very good point, Loki.
I mean, and also, and he's AV7 and not that hard to get murdered, right?
Yeah. Yep.
As you know, if I'm facing someone who's putting skeletons on the pitch, I'm trying to hit their skeletons because they're the highest chance for me to get SPP, right?
Yeah, they're definitely they've got a target on them, haven't
Oh,
they?
and you know what?
Yeah.
I forgot. Darn it! I wanted to add one more thing here, real quick. So you guys can chat real quick while I work on this.
Okay. Yeah. So I was talking about Loki sending me horse pictures.
Nice.
What, with clothes on?
Actually, yes. Unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
Anime,
Unfortunately.
anime horses.
Oh, that's even worse, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Skeletons.
Anders, I think. Yeah, hang on, Khornight. I think
Yeah, go
someone
on.
did the maths with skellies, and they are, as we said, more likely to be stunned than zombies. And I think there's slightly higher chance of them leaving the pitch as well. I think based on that, I can't quite remember the maths now.
So
Maths is my strong point.
the thing is, right? So the maths is exactly the same for leaving the pitch for both of them because you're on a normal block you're rolling like an 8 plus and an 8 plus or a 7 plus 8 plus or a 8 plus 7 plus, right? So it's just the numbers are the same but reversed for leaving the pitch. Obviously, the lower armor gets stunned more because it's lower, so that there's more stuns. Which personally I think is terrible. But the bigger problem is when you're facing Mighty Blow. When there's Mighty Blow involved, the removal, the CAS chance goes up noticeably on skeletons, more so than it does on the zombies. Obviously, skeletons are immune to claw, so there's some people would argue that that claw not having an effect is an improvement, but that's not right.
Yeah, I mean, it's a rare team that runs with more than 2 skellies, I would say.
I mean, well, Kemri.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Kemri. Yes.
Okay, and then
Was this the conference?
the
standings.
Yep.
Things.
Yeah, which is kind of like more interesting than because this is going to be much more needed in the last 3 weeks of the season when we're doing our individual games, right? And and the results tables in game and on Nuffle XYZ will just be the mini conference, right? Mm-hmm. Seeing the overall standings are far more useful. But so at the moment it's top 1 from each division, so that'd be Cal, Squirm, and the Gizzards, and then I forgot what the rest is. Is it the 2 second best?
The next 2 best teams, correct?
Okay,
there we go.
So what?
So that's what we got for the AFC since we just finished through there. In the North.
So Lloyd White would miss out on promotion at the moment, right?
Well, it depends on tiebreakers, yeah.
No. So it's between Doc Oz, Callus, and Ella Acia for the second places.
And Lloyd, he's in it too. They're all at 2.5, and Manile's at 2.5 as well.
Oh yeah, of course. Sorry, I was thinking about
looking at points.
Yeah.
Column Q points is what we're looking at first and foremost. With Manile and Vivo still to play this week, so obviously they're still result pending. But yeah, currently you got Walshy leading the South. You have Squirm leading the Central, and Cal leading the North. Cal is the only one with a comfortable lead. Everybody else is a half game lead or fewer. Actually, both are at a half game lead. So, that is the standings in the AFC. So, go ahead and get that off. All right. The NFC. And
match day 5, the results.
Switch this over. Oh, that's already switched. Match day 5. Yep. So, we got Laz with his Dark Elves winning 1-0 against Sander and his undead. So the Dark Elves take that.
Yup. Points for me and Ethel.
Nice. Harkalian and his Necro rebound after their first loss of the season last week and win this one 1-0 against Kay and his Chaos Renegades.
Unlucky Kay.
Yeah, Kay said earlier, my heart broke when I one turn removed the All-Star Werewolf just to fail every roll I needed after.
Yeah. Yep.
Turns out, though, Necro are pretty good in a league where you start off with a TV about 1,300-1,400.
Yeah. Well, when you can start off with a really good built free agent wolf.
Yeah.
The third matchup, Welgemere and his Underworld take the 2-0 win against the Nurgle of Chet Sweezy.
Points to everyone except for me, who decided to be different and go for the draw.
Yep, nice. The next matchup is Colin's Amazons winning 3-0 against Olivia Bug and the Orcs.
Boo.
Colin
Boozons.
Colin did message me and basically said the dice really went well for him, and obviously he could tell, and I'll just say here on the stream that this coach is a brand new coach to the game, not just to OFL or Blood Bowl 3, but to Blood Bowl themselves. I was informed of that, and Colin is a very skilled coach, and he basically messaged me and said he kind of cooled off and took it easy after he got up 3-0. Said he probably could have won 5-0 if he really wanted to push and get aggressive.
Yeah.
But he, was feeling bad. He could obviously tell this was a newer coach that was still learning. So, and he did mention that this is where it kind of sucks that we don't have the in-game chat, because he specifically said I would have absolutely given some pointers and tips while we were playing, and kind of help the new coach out and give him some confidence so that they wouldn't feel quite as bad.
Yeah, that is definitely the one case where I feel like the in-game chat is really missing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
I mean, stick with it, Olivia Berg. You'll get there, and don't forget foulings and always an option.
By the way, did you see the comment from Anders about you being a little bit quiet on the stream? You are slightly quieter than the two of us.
Might be because I was away from the mic a little bit.
Yeah, it could be.
But I do know for Olivia Bug, they will be replaced in the league. They unfortunately are going to have to drop because their job is forcing them to move, and I think they're going overseas in their current move that's getting ready to happen. So they're just not going to be able to be counted on to be able to schedule their matches and play their matches. So I am currently in the process of trying to find a replacement coach. The three on the wait list aren't in a position to be able to take over at this point. So if there's any coaches out there that want to jump into the OFL or get into it, let me know. We are looking to replace this Orca coach. So
yeah,
get in touch. And I guess congratulations to Olivia Bug for getting a sweet overseas gig. Is it in Europe?
Yeah, I'm not for sure. I'm not for sure if they're. I'm not for sure if they're in the military. Their actual name outside of here when they first joined was SGT something, the friendly frog or something like that. I forget exactly, but anyway, the SGT makes me think it's sergeant, which makes me think they may be military based, and that's why they're potentially moving with their job. The military's got them relocating. But that's just me guessing based off of the name that I saw.
Spider, did you change the title, by the way, of the stream?
Oh, I did
Detective
not.
Spider.
Shoot, I did not. Good catch. Let me do that real quick.
That wasn't me that spotted. That was Beowulf who mentioned in chat just now.
I see his message. Yes.
Yeah.
The OCC match is done.
I always do that.
Yeah. OCC match is done. It ended up being a 0-0 draw.
It was a glorious tripwire on turn 16 as well.
Yeah, which I absolutely called.
Yeah.
I knew that was going to happen and be the case. So, all right. stream title is changed. And let's move on in the results. The fifth result was a 2-2 tie between Anders and his Chaos and Loop and the Vamps. And Anders did mention earlier that he took it easy and stopped fouling the Vamps for some reason. I don't know why.
I don't know why you would do that.
But, so that is a thing. And
Poor Kaz.
And the last result was the Rats of Houndot winning 2-0 over Vort and the Khorn. So, if we go look at the results on match day 5 for that, looks like I caught up a little bit more on that round. Khornight and Glentio both had 3, and Ethel had 3, and then I had 4. So, the running total now for this week is 4 for Glentio, Ethel, and myself, and 5 for Khornight.
Woo. 1 whole point.
Hey, got to start somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Points make prizes.
Oh. All right, for the matchups this week, we got Kay the Sloth in the Chaos Renegades against Sander and his Undead. So, Kay the Sloth, let's look at his... Oops, wrong team. Let's look at his roster. Looks like he's got his full 11-man roster. Nobody missing this game. And he's at 1160. So, pretty normal looking start for the Renegades. He does have the block Rat Ogre, which is nice.
Enough money to buy another player. So
Yep. He could do that.
How many rerolls has he got? I can't,
3, I
three.
think it was.
Yeah.
Going against the Undead of Sander. So it looks like the Khorn should potentially get some inducements here. Maybe 60 or 70k, it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
The Undead have an 11-man roster. Enough money that they could add an additional zombie if they wanted to. I would assume they're probably saving their money to get the third ghoul, though.
Yeah, only 2 goals on this team.
Yeah. So, 3 rerolls here. And, yeah, pretty general rosters there. I think there were 3 nicely skilled players on the Undead. I'm assuming they were all free agents. Only 2 skilled players. Well, I guess 3 if you look at the Dauntless Renegade linemen down below. But I think the Undead they're built to beat this team up pretty good and to win this game pretty easily. So I'm going to go Undead.
Battle of the teams with multiple big guys. Although obviously mummies are slightly better big guys than almost every other big guy. I'll go for. Oh wait, what did you go for again? Sorry.
I went for Sander, the Undead.
I'll go for a draw.
I was going to go for a draw, and neither team have drawn yet this season.
Ooh.
So
Good catch, yeah, very good catch.
I'm instead going to go to complete the set again with the Renegades. They're going to have a great game. The big guys are going to get loads of removals. Glorious. So, Renegades.
Nice.
Are you still streaming?
Yes, I am.
You fucking called the Rams game.
Yeah. Did they lose?
Well, I think so.
Oh, okay.
They got a first-
Football update.
they got a first down.
Yeah, must be.
Under 2 minutes, so
Is that why he's wearing
College.
that why he's wearing a buffalo top?
Yeah, it is. Okay.
I don't know. Most people prefer the college teams, don't they, to the big ones in the States, I've heard.
There are quite a few. My dad definitely prefers college
I
football
will
to NFL. Yeah,
All right,
because
sorry.
he always says that when £1 million, when a player is being paid millions of pounds and he drops the ball, it feels far worse than when a college student fumbles a catch or something.
Yeah. Well, the college players are getting paid now too, so
Oh,
yeah, they
I
have,
thought, oh really?
yeah, there's 2 new things going on. We'll kind of deviate off the stream a little bit here, but yeah, so they have revenue sharing
good.
now where the school has to give them some of the revenue that they make. And then there's a thing called NIL, which stands for name, image, and likeness. So
Yeah.
people players get paid NIL money to allow companies or whatever to use their name, image, and likeness. So basically, for instance, a receiver might get $100,000 from a company and part of that contract is that player has to do a certain amount of commercial ads for that company, boosting that company, right?
Yeah.
One receiver for Missouri last year, he was a high NIL player, made however much he made, but he had a bag of chips that were named after him basically here locally, so people would go buy his bags of chips, and that company would make money off of that, obviously.
Crisps for these people this side of the pond.
Yes.
Right, Spider. We've all played Madden. Obviously, loved it.
Yep.
But is there a game with like college teams and not NFL?
Yeah. Yep.
NFC, AFC.
EA
instead?
brought it back last year, actually. EA Sports College Football 25 and 26 is out now.
And do the players in college like change more frequently than in the NFL, or is it the same players playing each season?
It depends. It's so you can typically only have 4 years in college, but there's a way to get a fifth year. Like if you get injured, you can medical red shirt and get a fifth year. You can be a graduate. Like if you do your 4-year degree and then you want to go for a fifth year in graduate studies to get a master's, you can play a fifth year as a graduate transfer.
But generally, don't players want to get out of college quickly and get into the NFL to be paid big bucks, right?
Yeah,
there is a bigger turnover, right? There is definitely players will go through 3 years and then get out, right?
But there's also rules in place. It's not like the NBA where you can go straight into the NFL out of high school. You either have to play. It's either 2 or 3 years. I can't remember, but you either have to play in college 2 to 3 years or be 21 years old. I think it's 3 years. You either had to play in college for 3 years or be 21 years old to go into so people that don't play in college that, go a different route, once they're 21, they can go into the NFL. And basically it's because the biggest reasoning behind it is because an 18-year-old's body is just not prepared to go against grown men in the NFL, hitting the shit out of them and tearing them up. So it's more of a health reason than anything. But so there's
wasn't there also something at the moment recently about players refusing to go to play bowl games because they, just didn't want to play. There was no incentive for them.
They can opt out of the bowl game in order to get ready for the the NFL draft. And some players will do it just to remove an extra game chance of getting hurt right before the NFL draft.
Yeah.
If they're playing that bowl game doesn't mean anything. Why take a chance of getting hurt and hurting your prospect of getting drafted?
The bowl games are crazy as well. It's like, practically invite for. I've never really understood the logic behind them. Yeah.
But the way it's going now, because we have the playoffs. And now the playoffs is up to 12 teams. And there's talk that it's going to go up to 16 teams potentially in the near future. So those 12 teams that make the playoffs, very, very unlikely that any of those players are going to opt out because obviously they want to play for the championship.
Yeah.
It's still possible they could, but very unlikely. And then you have high-tier bowls after that, like that are called New Year's Six bowls, or I think they've renamed it now, like Group of Six bowls or something like that. But anyway, they're higher in bowl games that a lot of the players are still going to want to play in because there's a lot of advantage of playing in those games. But you will still have some players opt out of those. And then you have the middle tier and the very low tier bowl games that the teams that probably shouldn't be in bowls just get invited to so they can – I mean, it's a money-making business, obviously. So a lot of the better players will opt out there. Another way or reason that players will opt out is there's a new thing now with the transfer portal where players at lower end schools that have a really good season are now sought after at the higher end schools. So they'll enter the transfer portal and sign NIL deals to go to the bigger schools. So if they're planning on going into the transfer portal and they don't want to take a chance of getting hurt in that bowl game, then they'll opt out and sit out. That way they can get into the transfer portal and keep their options open to get paid more money to go to play for a bigger school.
Bigger school. Yeah.
So yeah, there's a lot of
Wow.
inner workings and intricacies in it, but the main point is players can get paid now. Players have always been paid. It's just always been under the table and against the rules. So schools found ways to get around it. But now it's legal and players can actually get paid, and everybody's more on an equal playing field as far as that goes. It's just how much the school
Yeah, they
can
must
raise
get-
for NIL.
They must get so much TV money.
Yeah,
You know,
it's ridiculous.
Good that players get them.
The top conferences, the SEC and the Big 12 or Big 10, their TV deals are so massively stupid. It's just ridiculous. I mean, the money the schools make is goofy. So, but that's a whole nother discussion.
I mean, quite a lot of these colleges have, you know, stadiums that would rival, you know,
oh yeah,
international stadiums, right?
yeah, absolutely. Like just
The facilities are crazy.
yeah, just Mizzou Stadium alone, and they're not even. I mean, they're more in the middle of the field in the SEC, and if it's sold out with standing room only, we're filling in to the low 70s. You know, 72, 73,000 people.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it's crazy.
the higher end schools like Tennessee sits I think 110,000. It's some of these stadiums are just goofy, and like you said, they rival some of the international stadiums for stuff. For seating.
Well, that's. I think 70 is like very top end Premier League, and 110 is definitely bigger than I think any football stadium in the UK.
Yeah, it's
think.
crazy. There's a lot
but
of money
they-
in college
they are-
sports.
Yeah, but they're also far more spread out as well, right? Like,
Yeah.
yeah. We have like 3 football stadiums within one city in quite a few cities, right?
Yeah.
Whereas,
Yep. So anyway,
and Sophiana, yes, I agree, and I did mention that it's not the stream. I think it's specifically Blood Bowl 3 looks a bit darker, but
Yeah,
It's
I think
fine.
it's just. Sorry,
it's good if anybody wants to have the stream on when they're sleeping. They won't
Won't get blinded.
be kept
Dark
awake.
mode. And we could do some ASMR as well. Really get them off to sleep.
yeah.
I was concerned where your sentence "really get them off" was going. I must admit.
Well, we got there. We got fine.
All right, back to the task at hand.
Yeah.
Where were we at here? We just did the
Chet
first one.
Weezy
Okay.
versus Lazarus Diggs, I think, is
Yep.
the next game.
Yeah.
We're about.
So the Nurgle of Chet versus the Dark Elves of Laz. Chet.
I blame Mrs. Spider for coming in and talking
Yeah,
about those, or
she's-
whoever that was.
Yeah.
She screwed it all up. Yep.
Yeah.
The Nurgle are missing one, but they do have a 13-man roster. So 12 players going into this one. 12:05 currently on their TV. And the Dark Elves of Laz at 1280, so they're definitely higher TV. But he does have his full roster of 11. No bench. Yeah, there we go. I think Laz is probably the stronger coach. So, yeah. Looks like...
Okay.
There we go. 75K in inducements, it looks like, for the Nurgle. So, Khornight, you're first.
Yeah, Lazarus, please.
He's going Dark Elves.
Yeah.
This time, Dark Elves as well.
Yeah, I'm going to join in the fun and go Dark Elves as well. All right, next we got the Amazons of Colon versus Harkalian and his Necro. This should be a good one. The two teams tied at the top of
Yeah,
the division.
right at the top.
So we'll look at the Necro first, as they're the lower TV. They are missing their superstar werewolf. We'll have 12 players for this one. Missing that werewolf will hurt a little bit, but they will be getting some inducements in place of it. So 1155 for the Necro. The Amazons at 1300 means 145 in inducements. 12-man, 12-lady Amazon roster. And 2 really nice blockers for Colon. 2 really good coaches This should be a really fun matchup.
As Kay has pointed out again, they removed that wolf in the turn one.
Yep.
But yeah, and the wolf, not only is the wolf really good, and missing it is bad, but playing as Necro and only having 3 players who are really good ball carriers is really really difficult. Yeah.
And only having 1 active tackle and 1, 2, 3, 4 block, but so the potential to remove or to even take the girls down is less likely as well with that wolf out. Missing that tackle will be massive. Ethel, you're first.
Zons, Cullen all the way.
Yeah, I think I have to agree on that one. I don't even think I can go with the draw on this one. I think the Zons are built to handle that pretty nicely. So Cullen for me as well.
I hate Zons enough that I'm going to go for the draw.
Gotcha. And yeah, Anders, you're right. I think you're talking about Michigan, I believe, right? They're like 110 as well. I think Ohio State's a pretty big stadium as well. And A&M, I believe, can fit over 100,000, like 102, 103, something like that.
Well, next trip to the States for me, I've got to catch a college game. I think that's going to be on the list.
They're fun. It's you find a really good one that has good tailgating, and it's a really fun, cool atmosphere.
I forgot about the tailgating. Yeah, that sounds right up my street. So yeah, that sounds good.
He's Ethel's not going to make it into the stadium.
We don't go into the games anymore. We just tailgate. We get out. Like say it's a 3 o'clock game in the afternoon. We're out setting up the tailgate at 7 in the morning, and we tailgate through the day. We've got a TV set up in the tailgate, so we're watching all the games, and then we watch our game at 3. And we've got food going. We either barbecue or grill or bring food in, whatever. We got the alcohol flowing, and then we just sit there and watch games on the TV all day.
I'm led to believe, Spider, as well. If I put on the British accent, then I won't need to go anywhere, right? So
no, you'd be the star of the show for sure. There's no doubt about that.
Right, Khornight, when we go in?
Let me see here. See if I can find a quick.
When the Blood Bowl World Cup goes to
the States,
to America,
yeah.
You could always come over to the Chaos Cup, but that's in Miami or Orlando, somewhere in Florida.
Spike is pretty big as well, right?
Yeah, Spike's good. I thought I had a. I guess I don't. Bummer. I thought I had a good picture of the tailgate here that I could just show real quick, but I am not seeing it. Oh well.
Yeah, I've been to a few games in the States already because my dad lives in Seattle, but we didn't exactly tailgate. Let's say we went to a pub and drank, and then went to the games.
Gotcha. Here, there we go. I think I texted some in here. Let's see if I can find that. Oh no, that's not it. Damn, we were close. Oh well, if I don't see it here in the next second or two, we'll just move on. We're already.
No worries.
Oh, there's where I'm looking for, but it doesn't look like I actually put a picture of the tailgate. Nope. All right. Oh well. Moving on.
Yeah. Loop against Waldemar.
Yep. Waldemar's Underworld and Loop's Vampires. So the Vampires are at 1320 with 1 Thrall missing. It has a 13 Vampire roster. So he has picked up an extra Thrall or 2. I think he only had 4 or 5 the last time we looked at this team. This is the one that has all 7 Vampires. So this roster looks a little bit better. I still think I would maybe go with 1 more Thrall. But
I think actually he's got the money to buy more.
Yeah. Well, the problem is with the Thralls, right? You're almost always going to be missing 1 or 2 of them.
I mean, the problem is that he's spaced his vampires out, so he doesn't have room to put any more without messing up his team, position.
to be fair for organization, I would put the 2 throwers up 1 and then move the 2 runners up 2. Have all 6 of those vampire positions next to each other, separate from the Vargas and separate from the thralls.
I'd have everything and be aiming. If there's a player missing, I'd want to be at 15 players. If there's 2 players missing, I'd want to be at like the full roster, right?
Yep.
So you basically you have no room for gaps at all. Just put all the vampires at the top and
then all the thralls at the bottom. Yep.
Yeah, I saw that, and there's lots of cats in the last game. It was a draw, so
yep.
It seems like this vampire team hasn't imploded yet. That's what I'm seeing.
All right, so that's the Vamps at, what was it again, 1320?
Yeah. I mean, and Anders says he removed four of the Vamps, so...
Yeah. But they're all still back for this next game, so...
Yep. Didn't do a good enough job.
He removed them for the current game, but not for the future games.
Yeah.
Weljamir at 1275. Looks like it would be a 45K inducement match for the Underworld with a full 14-man roster. He's got his new Snotling free agent, Piddlewick. Gotta love that.
Brilliant.
Yep.
That's crazy.
He spent money for a free agent Snotling. It is awesome, you gotta admit.
Power move.
Yes, absolutely a power move. So, the Underworld versus the Vampires. The Underworld getting 45K. And this is me first. So, I think Weljamir's skill and talent level will overcome the Vampires, and I'm going to go with the Underworld to win this. So, Weljamir.
I don't think it's going to be a draw, that's for sure. I want to go for Weljamir, but I'm going to go for the Vampires just to be different.
All right, and I do think it's going to be a draw.
Pardon me.
Bless you. So draw.
Cool.
All right. Vort and Olivia Bug. Don't know that there's really much reason to look at this. I'm assuming Olivia Bug will still try to play. I don't know if they'll be able to or not. But they're orcs who are an 11-man roster but missing a biggin, so they'll have a loner. That'll put them at just over 11, like 11:35 or something. And they're going against Vort's Khorn. I think the Khorn they're beat up too. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, only 7. So he'll have 4 loner linemen. That will be 200K on top. So the Khorn will be at 1220. The orcs will be at 1135, give or take. So a little under 100K in inducements. Khornight.
I mean, it's hard to go for the person who's lost every game and is leading the league, right?
Yeah.
So let's go for Vort, I guess.
Ethel?
Yeah, maybe this one won't be played, and I'm going to go for a draw to be different because I don't think it'll be played.
I'm going to go with the Khorn as well. It's possible we could have the new coach in by the time this gets played. It's possible we're not. So yeah.
If Olivia Bug couldn't play it, and I said I'm up for playing it, would that be considered bad for? Could that be...
Well, we've already
It is once we've already said our bets.
Yeah, we've already had one coach that's in the AFC offer to play a second team if need be, and that is a possibility. But obviously, we'd rather have a new coach in. We have had another coach say that if a certain race was released in the next season, which is in 8 days or so, that they would potentially step in and take that race if they could. But
you can tell us what race they would like to play if it was coming up, right? Because that doesn't, that's not real information. That's just what they want, right?
Yes. Well, I probably don't even need to tell you what race. It would be Commissar Yarrick. So
Oh, ogres.
If you
ogres.
guys know Yerrick, you would know what race it is. So
Yeah, it's ogres. He
Yeah.
wants to play
Ogres.
ogres.
yeah, and he wants to get into Blood Bowl 3. He just won't until the ogres are released. So if it is
Yeah, okay.
ogres, then he said he would take over the slot and play ogres to get going on them.
I wonder if anyone on this would know perhaps what the next race would be. Perhaps.
Actually, this time I don't know yet.
Oh.
The team has been very mum on everything. I did ping them the other day and asked if we're going to have access to the beta build to do some testing and if we're going to get to know what the new race is. And they said they'd get back, but they haven't responded yet. So, So I actually legitimately don't know this time at this point.
There's only like 4 possibilities though, right? It's ogres, snotlings, chorfs,
Gnomes.
and
Chorfs.
gnomes.
Gnomes.
Yeah, and
So
well, and now depending on how, I mean, it won't be these races, but Tomb Kings was just released, and the new Bretonians was just released, but it definitely won't be those two because they haven't had time to be able to even start working on those yet.
yeah, and I don't. They have skills that aren't in the current rule set, right?
Yeah,
So,
yeah, exactly.
So they are French, though, aren't they? But perhaps we won't see Brett's just. That's cool.
Yeah. So I definitely would not. I would be extremely shocked if it was either one of those. So it's going to be one of the other 4, and it's possible. Again, I have no inside knowledge on this one yet, but it's possible they could do the double stunty release again with snotlings and gnomes. I believe it was the Christmas release last time when they did the double stunty release.
oh, that's interesting.
So that's a possibility and something. To
I'd love gnomes. I think gnomes are a very fun and interesting team. I hate snotlings. Snotlings should not be, in the, and they're going to be worse in the next version as well.
Yeah,
What's wrong with Snotling?
They're star player caddies. They're not very good on their own.
Right.
And I have a feeling that they're not going to do the snotlings yet, just because there's a lot of changes coming to that team in the new version. So my guess is they're going to wait until the new rules are out and then worry about them. So if that's the case, I think it would probably be limited down to one of 2 choices, which would be ogres or I'm brain farting. Chorfs, yeah, ogres or chorfs.
Anders, I disagree with you. I don't think snotlings got toned down hard. I think pump wagons not having not having what's it anymore and other things makes them worse. But
Yeah,
we'll see. We'll see.
Sorry about the ads, Anders. There's nothing I can do on those, unfortunately. I can say if you have Amazon Prime, you get a free Prime sub each month, and if you wanted to use that, you would get away from the ads for the next 30 days.
Oh.
If you watch a lot of Twitch, I do think Twitch Turbo is also pretty good, and that means
Yeah.
Spider still gets the ad revenue, but you don't get to see them, which is pretty.
Yep.
Just, a good way of doing it.
Yeah. Oh well, thank you.
Do that, Prime.
Thank you much, Ethel,
Yeah.
for the Prime.
Yeah.
All right, so
And yes,
Yes,
Kay, that is exactly what happened. They lost secret weapon on the pump wagons, so
Yeah.
pump wagons are now effectively just big guys with stupid, right?
Yep. All right, so last matchup is the Rats of Houndot and Anders with his Chaos Chosen. So the Rats sitting up in 5th place with 3 wins and 2 losses. He's got his full 12-man roster, looking good. Really nice Rat Ogre and a nice Blitzer. 1360 on the TV. Going against Anders and his Chaos Chosen with a win, 2 draws, and 2 losses. And he is at 1350 with a full 11-man roster as well. The Minotaur, a bunch of Beastmen, and 3 blockers. So 1350 versus 1360. So 10k in inducements, it looks like. This should be a fun matchup.
It should be. And Anders says he hates playing rats.
Yeah, don't bet on him. He hates playing rats. Ethel, you're first.
Who's you? Me?
Ethel.
Oh, me? Oh, what a choice. Let's have a look. So...
Is Houndot the person I'm thinking of? Is he started streaming as well?
Don't know on that. couldn't tell you the answer on that.
Okay, Anders is 10th, and Hound Dog is 5th. So let's go for Hound Dog. Let's go for the rats. And if I get it wrong, then it's your fault, Anders.
Is Houndout the one that only runs 2 gutters? He is.
Is he? Even more reasons to
Nope.
choose it.
He has picked up a 3rd gutter.
He's got a 3rd one.
He does
Yeah,
have a
the
3rd
bottom.
gutter now. Yep.
Fresh.
So not quite as bad. He's getting better.
Okay, give us updates on your match, Manil, as you play.
Oh, just started your match. Okay, nice. So you're sticking with the rats then?
I'm going to stick with the rats, definitely.
I mean, he's won 3 games and draw the game with only 2 gutters, so that's pretty impressive. And they are rats. Let me look at Anders one more time here. Did he have any tackle? He doesn't have any tackle. He's just got the really nice Minotaur.
It's a nice Milo.
I'm gonna go with the draw. I think Anders can do enough damage to the rats that he'll be able to slow him down enough to somehow pull out the draw.
Okay, I'm happy to be to annoy Anders enough by voting for him. So that's good.
Nice. All right, and before we move on here, let's take a quick glance at the standings for the NFC. There we go. NFC. So we've got Laz.
Oh, just pull it down a bit, Spider. You can't quite see the top.
Huh? Is that you? That might be you?
Is that me? Hang on.
Yeah. Have you accidentally scrolled down on the stream?
Oh no, I've got it now.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Awesome. In the north, we've got Laz holding on to a slim half-point lead in a 2-way tie in second between Houndot and Chet. And there's your name for Olivia Bug, Sergeant the Grand Frug. So that makes me think the SGT makes me think that he may be potentially military, and that may be why he's getting moved. He or she could be why they're getting moved overseas. But in any event, the Central is being held down pretty easily right now by Hark with a full 2-point lead. And then the South, Colon is a half point ahead of Welgemere, and they are both easily pulling away from Sander and Anders. At this point. So, yep. All right, so that is the NFC. Now, back to the WFC. Oops. And the
Which should be fast because no one's played any of their bloody games.
Yep, we got 2 games that have played. Tim Dog and Code Goon. The Rats of Code Goon wins 3-1 over the Corn of Tim Dog. And then
Glorious win for Zofiana.
Yep,
3-0.
Sofiana with the 3-0 win over the Underworld of Kurto. Sofiana is Chaos Renegades. We know that Duke and Agent Murloc are playing later tonight in about 4.5 hours. Scully and myself are playing around the same time later tonight. And then Bob and Rush should be starting up here in the next half hour or so. So, that is it for the WFC. Pretty quick and easy. If we come over here and look at the results, so far I am 2-0, and the other 3 are all 1-0. So I gain a point back on everybody on that one. And currently, Khornight and I are both at 6 wins this week, and Galentio and Ethel at 5. All right, so let's do predictions as best we can for the next week. We have Detox and Scully, so that is Amazons versus Necro, I believe is what Scully is. Yes, Necro. So both of these coaches still have to play their current game. Detox's team is still beat up. He did add the free agent blocker, which helps shore things up a little bit. But he is missing a couple line women, so 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 means he'll have 4 loner line women to act as meat shields. That'll be an extra 200K, so he'll be at 1080. But this team will look different by the time it gets to the next week anyway. So Scully's Necro, who still has to play my Norse team. He does have his full roster currently of 12 at 1275. So, yeah. Detox has a decent record, 2 wins, a draw, and a loss, but he has taken quite a beating so far with the ladies. I guess
I mean, there's half a point between them, right? They're
yeah.
2 wins and a draw
close.
versus 2 wins.
Yep. I'm first. I know Detox is a great coach, and even with a bunch of loners, he'll utilize them well. So I'm going to go with the Amazons on this one.
Yeah, I actually think Detox will win, but I'm
rates your
having the
Amazons.
no Amazon, so I'm going for a draw.
Oh, well, I'm using the randomizer because the games have been played, so we can't really see the teams. And
Yeah.
the randomizer said draw for this one.
All right. The next one is Uldrig and his Vampires against Agent Murloc and his Nurgle. So the Nurgle are currently 1155. They are missing a player, but they still have to play their current week's match. And that's what you're looking at. A few skilled players. And then the Vampires of Uldrig, who still has to play this week as well. Sitting at currently 1290 with 4 Vamps. And he has a whole bunch of Thralls. I believe that the Vampires may have a free agent bid in for this week.
I was about to mention they've got 200k of money,
Yep.
so that's definitely
Yep. They are bidding on a blitzer named Mordred Shade, and that blitzer is I need to add some coding in here to let me immediately go to a race so I don't have to scroll. That blitzer is Mordred Shade, which is block and dodge. So he'll be coming in with 150k blitzer at block and dodge.
Is that a real blitzer made by a real vampire team and not an AI randomized one?
No, all vampires are AI randomized.
Okay. So 0 SPP. One of the things about the AI ones is they don't have any SPP, right?
Yes, they all come in with 0 SPP. Yep. So that's what the vampires will look like. A 5th vampire coming into play. Khornight, you're first. Vampires and Nurgle. The Nurgle should be getting quite a bit of inducements.
Yeah. I think I'm going to go for... they're both pretty mid-table as well, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
One point away from each other, or half a point in this case.
Yeah, I'll go for Uldrig to win it just because it's a name I recognise more.
All right. Ethel?
Home win, Detox.
Detox? Detox isn't playing.
Uldrig against Murloc.
Yeah, you're on the
Oh,
wrong
hang
one.
on. Wrong week. Shit. Uldrig. Oh, home win, Uldrig.
Uldrig?
Sorry.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I can even bring myself to take the draw on this one. I think Uldrig takes this, so I'll go Uldrig as well and keep it boring.
There's still Galentia. Galentia might pick something different.
Yeah, he could. The next
Let's
matchup,
hope so.
myself against Tim Dog and his Khorne. So my Norse against the Khorne. Tim Dog has already played this week, so his roster is set. It's a full 12-man roster. A nice looking Blood Spawn, 1 Block Seeker, only 2 Khorne Gores, but 1 is set up as a nice ball carrier so far, and a couple of 1 skill linemen. Nothing too frightening or special about this. 1370 is where he's sitting. My Norse, who still have to play, so my roster could look different, but currently I have all 14 available. So yeah, and I could easily hire another lineman if I need to, if I'm missing a player or two for that game. So I definitely have enough money, or if I have to replace somebody, I could do that as well.
Yeah.
But that's where we're sitting.
Mhm.
I'll definitely more than likely be giving him a little bit of inducements, depending on how much damage I take in my current week's match.
Yeah, at the moment it's like 80k or something, which is
Yep.
kind of the worst
Very
amount,
much.
isn't it?
Yeah. Yep. And if I have my full roster, I'll probably do what it takes to keep it under 100 in the inducements phase. So
Ethel,
Ethel. Yep.
who are you picking?
Norse Solidarity, Spider.
Yep. Obviously, I'm taking myself.
Yeah. It's kind of hard to take Khorne over Norse when basically Norse are just better Khorne, right?
Yeah.
Especially
block.
early on.
I'm going to go for a draw. I can drag myself down to a draw.
Okay.
Very wise.
Fair enough. The next one is the Goblins of Rushed going up against Duke and his humans. Both teams, I believe, still have to play. Yes, they do. So let's look at the humans first here. Currently, he is missing a lineman, but this was a lineman that busted on the scout flag this week, and he took a niggle on the bust, so that's why he's missing next game.
That's not too bad.
Yeah,
That's better than the stack bust, right?
that's the best you could hope for, really, is a niggle in most cases. So he will have a loner piece for his current game, and then this roster could obviously look a little different when they play next week against the Goblins, but that's what we're looking at. 1300 if he has 1320 if he has his full roster playing. Going against Rushed and the Goblins, who have had a really good start to the season at 2-1-1. Nothing too crazy special here. He does have the nice block guard troll and a grab troll. And he's got the sneaky get dirty player Ooligan, which is really nice, but everybody else is pretty much...
The Fanatic's nice.
Yeah, the Fanatic's nice. Mighty Blow Brawler. Yep. So, yep. 1105.
It's notable that the Goblins have won and drawn one out of their 4 games, which is, you know...
Yeah. And the loss was to my Norse in week 1. So, yeah, he's definitely been playing really good with the Gobos. So
yeah, so it's you're the one to
I'm first. Yep.
Yeah.
I am gonna go with a draw.
Oh.
I like what Rush just done starting off, so I'm gonna give him benefit of the doubt and go for the draw.
Yeah. So sometimes called the Goblin win in inverted commas. To suggest, you know, that's the best they can get.
Yep.
I'm actually going to go humans. Humans are really hard for goblins, and so
they are.
Duke should have an advantage here.
And if the choice includes goblins, go goblins. So goblins.
Nice. All right. Next matchup: Sophiana and Code Goon. The Rats of Code Goon going up against the Renegades of Sophiana. Sophiana currently has a full roster of Renegades. You got some skills spread out nicely through some of them. So currently at 1470. And Sophiana has already played, so that roster is set at 1470. Code Goon's Rats have also already played, so this roster is actually set at 1295. And he's got his full roster available, so he'll have 12. So that is, 175 in inducements to the Rats?
Yeah, something like that,
Yep, and this Rat team does have all 4 gutters. He does not have a Rat Ogre, though. Oh, no, he does have a Rat Ogre hiding down here.
Yeah, no skills on the... Oh, he can take a skill on on one of his blitzers.
He could, yes. So that could change things up a little bit. So that's what we're looking at there with the Rats and the Chaos Renegades. Khornight, you are first.
Okay, I'm going to go for Sophiana, just because, you know, Rats don't like being mighty blown a lot. So.
Yep. Ethel?
Rats.
Okay.
Rats.
Yeah, I think I kind of like the Rats in this one, but I'm going to go with the draw to be different. And the last matchup is Bob and his Orcs against Kurto and his Underworld. The Underworld are set. The Orcs, I believe, still have to play. They do. So let's look at the Orcs first. So the Orcs, with a match still to play, if he has his full roster, is at 12. And he would be at 1345 in inducements, or in team value. Pretty solid looking Orc roster to start. 2 really nice big ins and another block big in.
Shaping up pretty well.
Yeah.
4 guard.
Yeah.
And defensive as well.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's a tough team for sure. Going up against the Underworld of Kurto at 1065. He is missing his Gutter Runner, but the rest of his roster is there. 13-man roster. Yeah, this is going to be fairly ugly for Kurto, I would imagine. He will get a lot of inducements, though. If Bob has his full roster, he would get just under 300k in inducements. So, yep. Ethel, you're first. Underworld or Orcs?
It's got to be Orcs in this one. Bob's a good coach. Currently second.
Yeah.
Orcs all Orcs.
I just can't see the way that Underworld team's built, them having any kind of a lucky in this one.
Missing their Gutter Runner is massive as well, right?
It's massive, yeah.
Yep. So, yeah, I'm going to go Orcs as well.
I'm afraid I'm also going to go Orcs as well. I was thinking about going all exciting and trying to, pick the Underworld, but I looked at the table and they're not doing very well this so far.
Yeah.
So Bob.
Oh, yeah. As Sophiana says, the movement plus thrower got killed last game. And it was quite horrible.
Was that a
3-0
star player?
It was was it an SA? I'm not sure.
Kurto.
Yeah, it must have been. That leader move
increase, pass, and sure hands.
No.
The pass and sure hands are part of the skills.
If it was Car, are you talking about on the Orc team or on the?
The Underworld team.
Oh, the Underworld. Sorry.
Underworld thrower called Rat Cleary.
Yeah, no, that's not a free agent. Must have been it was probably a scout that boomed.
That could be, yeah.
Because his 3 free agents are the Gutter Runner, Clan Rat named Bob, and a Blitzer named Gaz something. Gaza. Scouts. Let's see what he had on scouts for Kurto. Yeah, the thrower Rat Cleary was a move boosted boom. So he died, you said?
Yep.
Oh, that stinks. That was a good scout. Well, I guess I can. Well, no, I'll leave him on there because he's.
Date the record.
Yep. So we have the record on it. All right. For the standings, we'll look at them, but really not much to see because we're still way out of date. I guess we could say in the down, WFC down, which is my division, where I'm got a firm hold on the lead, and I still haven't played yet. All the other 3 division opponents have already played, so if I get the draw or the win, I'll pull even further away from those chasing me down.
Mm-hmm.
And the others are still the same as last week. So, yeah. All right. So that is that for the LFC or for the WFC. Sorry, for the LFC.
Ooh.
All 5 matches are completed, or all 6 matches are completed now. And for the results, we start with the first one. Itchin takes the 3-0 win against Mr. Plasmid. Itchin is running Renegades, and Plasmid is running Khorn. So the Renegades take the 3-0 win.
Yeah, Itchin had a slow start with 2 draws, but he's won every game since. I think.
Yeah.
Or was it 2 losses?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, 3-0 is a great result.
Oh yeah, for Renegades especially. Draknian and his Chaos Chosen got his butt stomped 4-0 by
No,
Khornight.
no,
Oh,
it
that's
wasn't.
right.
Look,
That's right. That was the one that accidentally conceded. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
That is a 2-1 result, and I did update the standings to reflect that.
Yeah, cool.
It was
although I did beat him up quite a bit actually,
Yeah.
but
Total,
it was a
total
2
dicing.
to 1 win for Khornight
Look
and
at
his
you.
Necro. And
Yeah.
do you want to talk about it a little bit, Khornight?
I mean, basically, the reason it got conceded was because he had 3 players left to set up on the LOS. So
On like turn
yeah.
16 or something.
I was to be fair, I was quite lucky on both my scores. I think I was, I rolled some dice, to score both my touchdowns, but they weren't horrible chances. They were all right.
How did the how did the blocker die?
Possibly getting surfed. I don't know. I surfed a bunch of players, as well as claw mightying and fouling. So there was a little bit
options.
of it was. I can't remember because I killed 2 of the players, but they accoed one of the deaths. So
Gotcha.
that was the second death of the game. Actually, it might have been just that the death was from like just a random 1 or 2D block from a zombie or something terrible like that. Where it was
random, meaningless block.
Yeah.
And he died.
Yeah. I do know that I went back and forth with Dracnayan a little bit in DMs. It was definitely an accident on the concede. The wording on the pop-up is not very intuitive.
Oh, terrible.
And it's easily confused,
awful.
and he got confused on that. And he thought when he clicked continue that it meant continue with the game, where it actually meant continue with the concede.
With the concede.
Yeah, he obviously would
Typical.
not have conceded on turn 16, even with it being a legal concede in game.
Yeah.
But he didn't lose his MVP or any of his other stuff. He still got his gold, his SPP that he earned. He was kind of down in the dumps about it and just about Blood Bowl 3 in general. And he did mention that if it wasn't for being committed to the league, he probably would quit the game. But he's going to stay committed to the league and finish out the season. And hopefully things will turn up for him through the season and he'll discover his love for the game again and want to stay. But if not, completely understandable. So hopefully things turn around and he has a little bit better mid-season and end season with his team.
Or just foul.
Yeah, foul and try to kill the opponent's best players. That is definitely a thing.
Oh, one thing that is worth mentioning: his main beastman killer with the claw guard and mighty blow. I KO'd in the first half and didn't come back until turn 16. So he was just even more salt into the pressing the concede button in the wound where he missed out an opportunity to hit with him where he hadn't had a chance before.
Yep. All right. The next one is Galentio and his Lizards take the 1-0 win over Matt in the Nurgle, and Galentio stays perfect on the season at 5-0-0.
So just you and him left.
Yep.
Is that right?
Just myself and him. So we'll see if I can keep my perfect record going tonight. The next one is the Vampires of RTSD, and this is where you expect to see that classic vampire game, as he wins 5-0 against Darkwing and his Elven Union. Yep. Typically, that's kind of what you expect. You either expect them to win big or lose big.
Yeah, Ethel decided that this was the game where it was going to be a draw between.
You were just a little off. Just a little bit off, yeah.
God, I mean, statistically wise, I guess a 5-0 win now is better for me and you, right, Khornight? Because surely that can't happen again against us. So.
I'm hoping to beat his Vampires 5-0 myself.
Is that how maths works? I think it is.
I think,
but no.
I think the more likely scenario is it's a 4-0 game against against Khornight and a 6-0 game against Ethelred.
I'll take that as a compliment, and we will find out next week because he is my next week opponent.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right. The fifth matchup was a draw between Loki and his dwarves and Vala and his dark elves, I think. Yes, dark elves.
Yeah.
So 1-1 draw there.
which we watched a tiny bit of at the beginning of the stream.
Yes, we did. That's
Yeah,
right.
we did.
Yeah, that's right. The dwarves were up 1-0, and it was in the second half with like 4 or 5 turns left, and the dark elves had
Yeah.
the ball. So, it looks
So I
like
guess they
were able
both scored on their own
Yep.
drives.
they were able to score
Yeah.
and pull the draw out. And then
That
the last
Rich Elf
matchup.
did indeed score.
Yep, the last matchup was another draw, 0-0 draw with Minkernator and his orcs against the Norse of Ethelred. Anything
Sadly-
you remember about that, Ethel?
Yeah, I do. Because we only played fairly recently. I took your advice and I went for Scylla and the Rat as my star players. I broke armor 3 times all game, but managed to get a draw. And I was so close to scoring my first half because I had to potato the gutter runner all the way. He was easily able to score. He got 4 dice on it, but they're all pushes. Glorious. All I needed was to do a 3+ dodge, then a 2+ dodge, and I would have scored. But because he's got stab, I thought, I'll stab my way out. So I did stab, but stab empty turn, doesn't it? Which I'd
Yeah,
forgotten.
Yeah.
you can't move after you stab or chainsaw
I can't.
Yeah.
You can't move after you
or
stab
vomit. Yeah.
or do anything. So, and I was a bit lucky defending. My armor held up, so yeah, prevented him scoring at least. So it was a 0-0. But I probably should have won that one. God damn
Nice.
it! But never mind.
Nice. Okay.
Everyone, including you, voted for Minkinator to win. So
Yeah.
Yep. So
Well, if you saw my team, yeah, I mean
Yeah.
that's a sensible choice. Absolutely.
in the LFC, you can kind of see that there. I went 4-2, and Galentio went 4-2. Khornight went 3-3, and Ethel went 1-5. So after going through all of that, with 5 matches still to play, I am currently in the lead this week with 10, Khornight at 9, Galentio at 9, and Ethel at 6. And that puts the overall standings with Galentio at 20. I'm 4 points behind that at 16. Khornight is at 14, and Ethel at 10. With 5 matches still to play. Keep that in mind.
yeah, I'm more than 5. With
More than
8, right? Because there's after this conference, there's the divisional matches as well, right?
No, I'm saying just in the current week. There's still 5 matches.
Oh, I
in the current
see.
week. Yeah,
Oh, I see. Yeah. Good point. 5 unplayed games this week.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. All right. So for the, we need to get this
LFC in the future.
Yep. Oh, there we go. LFC in the future. Week 6, we got Itchin and his Renegades against Dracnian and his Chosen. So another Chaos versus Chaos matchup. The Renegades at 1275 with his full roster going into that. So you can see what he looks like there. And then the Chosen currently at 1030, but missing 2 players and only 3 blockers. He does have enough to buy his 4th blocker back, which I would assume he's going to do. I wonder if he has a bid on a free agent. Let's see. I don't think he does, but I could be wrong on that. No, currently no bid on no free agents. So he could, as I said, he could buy a blocker or potentially put a bid in. I think he's only got 2 free agents. This guy and this guy. Krotek could be a free agent too. I'd have to go look. But anyway, he's definitely going to have at least 2 more players. So at a minimum 120K, potentially more depending on how he spends his money. So 1150 at a minimum. And the Renegades were at 1275. So anywhere from 100 to 125 in inducements for the Chosen. I am first, just because Itchin's been on a hot streak, and unfortunately for Dracnian, he's been on a really bad streak. I'm going to go with the momentum staying in the Chaos Renegades side and go with Itchin.
I mean, Itchen's now what, 4th in the whole conference, and
Yep.
and
Fourth place.
Dracnian is is
Oh,
uh,
05.
is
Yep.
is equal with Mr. Plasmid. So
Mm.
I'm going to go for Itchen. I would have gone for Itchen anyway. I think he's a great player.
Big love for Itchin, always.
Mhm.
But now I'm trying to think about what benefits me most. So, Dracnian, I believe in you. You can do it this week. Smash them. Dracnian to win.
All right. Next one is Galentio and his Perfect Lizards up against Plasmid and his Corn. So Galentio's Lizards currently sitting at 1,400. Still 3 rookie source, but everybody else is looking good, and a full 11-man roster. So looks like he took an edge boost on this skink. So
Oh, God.
there's his ball carrier.
Disgusting.
Yep. So there we go.
Oh dear.
Yeah, still only 2 rerolls though. He is going up against Plasmid, the other team at the bottom, with his Corn. Got a full Corn roster, but only 1 skill, and that's a Wrestle Lineman. He's got 4 rookie Bloodseekers and 3 rookie Corn Gores. Yeah, 1130. He's going to get a lot of inducements. Wow, he's going to get 310 in inducements. That is quite a bit. So that could be interesting. But yeah. Oh no, actually, I was looking at Corn Knights. Sorry, it's going to be 270 in inducements. 270. So Corn Knight, you're first.
Yeah, Galentio's going to win this because he's going to keep his unbeaten run going.
Yeah.
Up until the last week when I beat him.
Unless Nuffle decides to just be an absolute cunt.
Yeah.
Well, it's underdog week for me, so Mr. Plasmid.
Nice. He's saying both of the Corn Knight position guys are going to get their first win and get off the
Absolutely.
schneid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just can't.
Galentio's going to be crying.
I can't see it happening no matter how
With the
bad it
game.
gets. So, yeah. Galentio stays perfect, unfortunately.
Ah!
I hate it, but anyway. The next matchup, Corn Knight and RTSD, the big matchup. RTSD and Corn Knight are close to each other. They're second and third. We'll look at RTSD's Vamps first. He is missing a Thrall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he'll have a rookie Thrall loner to take that spot. He does have all 7 vampires. So the second vampire team now that we've seen with all 7 vampires. Yeah, and the extra 40K will give him 1530 in TV. Corn Knight's Necro is at 1440, so it looks like he would be getting 90K in inducements. Again, just under that 100K mark where you get a little more value out of inducements. He does have his full roster of 12, so yeah, that's what we're looking at. Ethel?
Damn it! I thought I'd set it up so I had 100k and was going to get a bribe. 90k. Damn it!
That's what it looks like to me. Is 90.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. I think you're right. I did my maths wrong, or I was thinking about it and I took a skill or something stupid like that to mess it up.
Yeah.
Carry on.
Keeping with the underdog theme, because RTSD is third and Corn Knight's second, RTSD.
This is slightly less of an underdog choice.
I don't know that that's really an underdog in this one, to be honest. On standings alone, it's the underdog, but yeah, I'm not going with Corn in this one. It's RTSD all the way.
Ha! See,
that's better for me because obviously I'm going for myself.
Yep, and if you win, you're going to gain points.
Yes, exactly.
Anything you want to say on that matchup?
I mean, it's kind of scary for both of us, right? Like,
Yeah,
but
I agree.
I have quite a lot of Mighty Blow, so I do think I'll be removing players, and it's just going to get harder and harder for the vampires to survive. I think if they did try for like a 4-0 game, they are just going to run out of players just from getting punched on the LOS.
Well, and only having 4 thralls, that's going to be really
Yeah.
potentially.
I mean, I'm quite excited to see what they do about putting who they're going to put on the LOS.
Yeah.
Is this a you put the 0 SPP Vampire Blitzer on the LOS just because he's less likely to get badly hurt?
Yeah.
Because regen as well as higher armor.
Yeah.
But either way, I'm excited to earn a lot of SPP one way or another.
Yep. That's a good possibility. That's for sure. All right. The next one is Vala and Matt. Matt with his Nurgle. Vala with his Dark Elves. So let's look at the Dark Elves here. Got his full roster, 3, 4, 5 of 11, and is sitting at 1270 with these Dark Elves. Pretty cookie cutter build so far. The Nurgle of Matt's is. Oh, there he is.
I mean, the picked jugs is interesting, right? That was picked, not randomed.
Yeah. Oh, on the was that on the Witch Elf?
On the Witch Elf, yeah.
Yeah. It could have been a free agent. What's the name on it?
Oh, okay. Shirley MacLaine.
Yeah, that's free.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, really? It fits in with their. Oh. They got a. Yeah. They got a team that was already built. Yeah. So
Yep.
they've carried on the theme
Yep.
of the Western Drow boys with
Yep.
more Western actors. Shirley MacLaine,
Yes.
John Wayne, Clayton Moore, Clint
Yep.
Eastwood, Lee Van Cleef,
etc.
etc.
The Nurgle. We have only 3 bloaters, no rot spawn, only 2 pesties. Yeah, this team's looking pretty rough. Missing a rotter, so he'll be at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, 9.
Oh, he got beat up by Galencio.
Yeah.
Galencio
the
killed.
Rotspawn died last week.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I wonder if that was a free agent rot spawn.
It was level 2.
Fetid Gargant.
Block.
Blood.
Block.
Yeah,
I think it was. Let's see here, Matt's. There we go. He had a bloater, bloke fort, which he still has, and he has a pesty foul rush, which he still has. Those are his
Okay.
only 2, so it was not a free agent.
So
All
just build it up and then
Yep, which sucks because he
Then
probably
take it.
just got him blocked too.
yeah.
Yeah, so he's going to have 3, 4, 5, 9. He's going to have 2 rotters, so 70k more. He does have enough money to rebuy, so he could potentially see if he has any free agent bids in. I don't think he does. Oh, actually he does. Yep, a new rot spawn, Pus Father. So that is Nurgle. Pus Father is block, so he's just going to replace him with a new block.
Perfect.
Yep, perfect for him, and that will add 180 in TV, and then he'll have the 35 with the loner rotter, so that'll be 215,
Yep.
and that will put him at 1100.
Exactly.
So 1100. The Dark Elves are at 1270, so it'll be 170 in inducements. I am first on this one. Yeah, even though it's Dark Elves against Nurgle, which typically isn't the best, I still don't think the Nurgle are going to be able to stop the Dark Elves in this one. So I'm going to go Vala.
Okay. I think Matt's a great player, and I think he's likely to win. Also, 170 means he could induce the missing bloater, right? So he could have a
he
full strength team
With a 12-man roster.
with a 12-man roster. Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
So I'm going for Matt.
I'd normally go for Dark Elf Solidarity, but as it's pretty even so far, I'll go for a draw.
Yeah.
Okay.
A draw is a pretty likely outcome as
yeah.
well, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean it's quite likely.
I probably should have went draw too, but I'll stay with where I'm at. Next, Ethelred and his Norse against Darkwing and his Pro Elves. So let's look at the Pro Elves real quick. See if he's beat up at all. No, he's not. He's got his full roster, but he only has a 10-man roster. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep, 10-man roster.
I mean, your definition of whether he's beat up or not when he's got that thrower still on the
Yeah,
pitch
yeah.
is you know.
His crazy goofy thrower. Yep. He
I
will
so want
have
to kill it.
he will have 60k with an extra loner lineman, so he'll be at 1265. All right, let's look at the
And-
Norse.
I assume Ethel's got his all his missing players back from
I've
their.
got all
Except
my
for the Yeti.
all my niggled players back, apart from the Yeti, who
Yep.
badly hurt them. Well, no, niggled themselves on a dodge, which they failed. And then went off injured.
Yep. So 12-man
Well, that's
roster
fine.
with one of those 12 being a boar. No tackle, which could hurt in this one. Yeah, there you go. That's what you're looking at. So
Whose turn is it?
11.
Is it my turn?
It's your turn. Yep, 1160 there. Darkwing is at 1265. So it looks like it'd be 105k in inducements. So the Norse will be able to do a little something.
Can I
Well,
can I vote for them both
Right.
to lose? Is that an option?
no. Well, I could win
Uh,
and destroy their team, so that could be a good
A
result.
win-win. Yeah.
I'm going to go for the draw. I don't think it's actually very likely, but I can't bring myself to vote for Ethel or this pro elf team.
All right. So the draw there.
I'm going to vote for I'm going to vote for myself this week. I think with all the boys and girls back,
Yeah,
we're going to gloriously smash them off the pitch,
very well could.
which is not jinx it in any way.
I actually think the draw is the most likely result here, but to make it fun, I'll go with the Dark Elves. Or the Elven Union, I mean. So, Darkwing.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah, that's the thing. I kind of think either Darkwing scores enough that he wins,
Yeah.
or he gets murdered and Ethel wins
Yeah.
by default, which is the only
By
way that
default.
Ethel ever wins.
Thanks. I should also point out I'm away all week on business, so unless we can play over the weekend or Monday, then yeah, this isn't going to happen. But we'll see what Darkwing's availability is like.
Okay. I actually think it's going to be the exact opposite of... Well, not the exact opposite, but kind of the opposite of what Khornight said. I don't think Darkwing scores at all. I think Ethel bashes him off the pitch, and then I think Ethel
Forgets to get someone in range.
Yeah, I
in
think
turn 16
Ethel
or something.
does some massive great screw
Picks it
up
up with the
and
tries
doesn't
to pick
score.
it with the ball.
Yep, and it's a 0-0 draw. Or
Oh,
he
well,
leaves
wait.
himself with the only chance to score with being with an Ulf, and he double fails to pick up.
Yeah, or positions his players exactly three squares further than their movement range.
Or
So
no,
they can't get in.
even better. He
100.
he fails the first pickup, uses his last
on.
reroll to make it, and then double tripwires.
So hey, did you say you're going for the draw or you going for Darkwing?
I'm going
Right.
for Darkwing.
Yeah, okay, cool. Sorry, you were fantasizing about ways for it to be a draw, and I was slightly
Yeah,
worried
it's
I'd
going to be
mixed up the
it's going to
results.
be a 0-0 draw.
Okay.
0-0. A ball draw, as we call them.
Yeah. All right, and the last matchup is the Dwarves of Loki against the Orcs of Minkernator. This should be a fun one. Both in mid-table. The Dwarves have their full roster, so 11 Dwarves will be on the pitch. He does have his mega super goofy legend runner back for this game.
Yep.
And he is sitting at
Two needles.
12-10. The Orcs, on the other hand,
And Loki says it's the first time he's had a full roster since game one of the season.
yeah,
Which, those of us who enjoy the pain and suffering of dwarves are not saddened by.
This is
Yeah.
Not saddened by it at all.
nope, not at all. The Orcs are at a full 11-man roster as well, and they are at 12-20, so 10k in inducements, which won't make any difference. And the Orcs are pretty much cookie cutter, what you'd expect. A couple of nice blockers, both free agents, and then a couple of skilled up blitzers.
His mighty blow completely misfired in our game as well. Didn't remove
Yeah.
anything.
So, Ethel, you are first. Orcs or dwarves?
Sorry, Loki. I can't ever bring myself to vote for dwarves. So, orcs.
I think the most likely result here is the draw because of that superstar runner being back.
Yeah, I mean he's a great player.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. So I'm gonna go draw.
I mean, he got a draw in a game where he didn't have the runner, so I'm assuming the runner being back mean Loki wins this week.
So you're going dwarves?
Yep, dwarves.
All right, and since this one is completely done, let's look at the standings. We have, and these are updated. I did update the last match just finishing up, Loki versus Vala. So in the north, we got Khornight with a full 1 point lead over Itchin and Minkernator. That is shaping up to be a pretty tough division. Itchin's warming up, and Minkernator's been playing good with the Orcs, so no room for error there, Khornight. You need to keep the wins coming.
I mean, and also Itchin was the person who gave me my loss, right? So that's
So tiebreaker on that side of it if need be.
yeah. I'm pretty scared of that, but I think I'll at least manage to come into the second place teams.
Yeah. Yep.
So yeah, I'm not too worried about making it into the playoffs. I'm more worried about being a late a low type, low what's the word? Seed, low seeded.
Yeah. Low seed. Yeah. In the LFC Central, we got Mats with a half-point lead in first, with Vala and Loki both a half-point behind and tied. And then in the South, we've got the perfect record from Galentio still leading that, with RTSD point and a half behind, and then Pelgreen or Draconian and Plasmid pulling up the rear. So
each division clearly having its players who are points behind everyone else, and that's mostly meant to be a dig at Ethelred.
Well, I'd say it's pretty close to my division, man. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean he's only 1 point behind Mats, so he's still definitely got a shot there in the Central.
Yeah, Mats and Loki, you need to pull your socks up and make sure that Ethelred doesn't get in with the sniff.
But he is clearly far and away leading the LFC in fouls.
Yeah, that is true.
Glorious.
So that is definitely a thing.
All right, that's going to carry on this week.
Real quick, we'll just take a quick look at the top 5.
I mean, as someone who complains that fouling's terrible, the fact that I'm in equal second place with Itchin is an interesting sign.
That is definitely a thing too, for sure. We'll take a quick look at the top 5s. I need to update this through week 5. Oh, not through week 6, through week 5. There we go. So wins, we got Galentio at 6, or at 5, sorry. And of course, I still have to play my game, so I could get tied back up into first with him. Losses, we got 3 coaches with 5. Olivia Bug, Draconian, and Plasmid. And then most touchdowns, we got RTSD at 13, aided by that 5-0 win this week.
Yeah, that's great.
And then 4 coaches tied at 9. There could be a few other coaches tied at 9 there. They're just not showing because it's only showing the top 5. Most touchdowns conceded, we got Plasmid at 13, Olivia Bug at 12, and then a few underneath that. On the far right, we got the best defense, which is the least amount of touchdowns conceded. Galentio has only given up 1, and then 3 guys tied with 2. The touchdown difference, best touchdown difference.
I mean, wait. The Goblins only conceding 2 touchdowns, is insane.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Very insane. Yeah, that's a really good point to point out there. Absolutely. And one of those was to my Norse. I don't know who the other one was that he gave up a touchdown. That is absolutely pretty crazy. Actually, let's go here, WFC rankings. Let's find Rushed, and let's look at his history. So he lost 1-0 to me. He beat the Necro 2-0, He tied the Khorn 1-1. Then he beat Sofiana 1-0, and then he tied the Orcs 0-0.
So Khorn the only one sneaking a touchdown again. And you.
And me, yeah.
Frenzy being the secret weapon against goblins, clearly.
Yep.
Really.
I think the 2-0's pretty. The 2-0 against the Necro's pretty impressive. But the 0-0 against the Orcs is, I think, equally impressive.
Really, really good. Kind of think he knows what he's doing with goblins.
Yeah. Oh, and I didn't have this hidden, so nobody could see that. There you go for the stream to see what we were looking at on screen. All right, so let's pull the top fives back up real quick. Touchdown difference: RTSD at 10, Galentio at 7, and then the others there. And then the bottom of the top fives, we've got the most Kaz being the Underworld of Weldramere, and then 3 coaches tied at 15. Most Kaz given up, Kurto's Underworld. Probably not a surprise there, with the Underworld being at the top. And then some coaches there in the mid-teens. And then the highest Kaz... Oh, go ahead.
Does Kaz include fouls, or is it just...
No, it's just...
SPP foul. SPP
no, I
removals.
think it's all Kaz. It's based off of what's in Galentio's report, which I think
I
includes
think
all Kaz.
everything then, right?
Yeah. Anything that got across. Yep.
Well, then it's very interesting that the people who are in the most fouls aren't also in the most Kaz.
You don't always get Kaz, though, do you, for fouls?
Yeah, you
as
just
I
get
know.
stuns, stuns or KOs or...
But it's interesting. Also, I think the vampires might be in there because of biting their own players. But they also have they also have a claw mighty blow, Vargeist.
Yeah, but I don't think it differentiates between whether he bit his own player or.
Yeah. I originally mentioned the vampires because I'm pretty sure the API includes self bites in your Kaz's.
And then the biggest Kaz difference is Vivo at 12, and then myself and Sofiana at 9. And then the new table at the bottom that we showed earlier is the fouls. The Underworld of Kalis Real at 29. Ethel in second with 19. And then
a lot of work to do, though.
Goblins are in there as well, down in fourth. Yep. So, there's your top fives table. And so that is a good look at this week in the OFL. And we were just a little over 2 hours, I think. Not too bad.
Very much trimmed down, and unlucky Manil, who's just killed their own bloater.
Oh no! Oh yeah, you had a good one. Let's. Oh, the Goblins are playing as well. The Goblins and the Orcs. They just got started. Oh, that's why we were seeing 0-0 with the Goblins and Orcs, because they're actually playing right now. So that match hasn't played. Oh, looks like the Bomber just took a hit, but we'll jump out of this one since that one literally just started. And we'll pull this other one up real quick while we finish off talking about anything. Anything else you guys want to add?
No, I think that's it. I'm surprised considering our little side mission to talk about college football. We've managed to do it in 2 hours.
Yeah.
You sure it's not been 3 hours or something else?
I think we started just before 2.
Pretty quick.
Or right around 2.
No, I think. I think
it's 8 p.m. for us, and it's just gone 10. So.
Yeah. So not bad, especially because we had a nice little talk there on the college football and stuff.
Oh, trapdoor.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a trap there, spike trap, or trapdoor.
Never got that to work in any of my games.
I've hit it a few times, or pushed an opponent into it a few times.
What?
Did it go off? Or?
Oh, what do we got here?
It's a 6 for it to actually work, or a 1.
Yep.
Right, and that's the problem.
Yeah.
But so normally I wouldn't recommend playing the AI, but in the to get points in the blood pass. One of the things I've been doing is playing, AI games when I'm cooking and stuff.
Yeah.
And in the like the AI whatever, what's it called, the career
Eternal
mode
League.
or whatever it's called,
The
Eternal League.
Eternal
There you
League.
go. In the Eternal League, you can pick to play in competitions with like weird rules.
Yep.
And one of the weird rules is there's trapdoors everywhere. So,
Oh, right.
And they only get removed when they get set off. So, like, there's like there's a gap in the middle of the pitch of like 4 squares that doesn't have trapdoors, but everywhere else there's like trapdoors, and you've got to like push your opponents into them, and that's actually really entertaining. And I kind of wish we could set those kind of mutators up to the gamer.
Got to re-roll that. We got a
Yeah.
surf coming in here. Sorry, didn't mean to. Oh no,
Yeah,
he didn't
nice.
surf. He could have surfed the that blitzer that's down on the ground. If he hits the bob
Yeah,
and pushes him against the line and then hits with the ball carrier, he could have pushed the blitzer that's on the ground and surfed him.
that would have been red dice though, right?
No.
Oh no, okay, I see what you mean.
Yeah,
no, I
the
see what
bloater,
you mean.
the bloater had the assist with the pesty on the big.
Yeah.
Even if he doesn't take the big and down, but he was wanting to score, I guess. Yeah. I don't know. I think I might
he
have taken
stall
a
out
chance there.
Here? No,
Yeah.
scored.
Yeah,
I
Nurgle
think
scores.
the stall was on there, wasn't it? At least one turn. Maybe it
Huh.
wasn't.
Anyway, all right. Well, we are planning on, and I'll make a post to everybody as well on the in the Discord. But we are planning on asking for in the future for crazy plays that may have happened.
Very much so.
Unlikely scoring plays, something like that, or a big free agent getting killed, or something like that. For those clips of those, or even just a small paragraph talking about it, and we'll touch on those as potential highlights. So we'll add that in the future.
Any dead dwarfs, obviously. Do that.
Yeah. Failed legendary rat ogre dodge that kills himself. Something like that. And then as well, we plan on, once we get the timing ironed out a little bit better and we know where we're at with timing, we'll probably start asking for a key matchup that's coming up in the next week to have those coaches come on and talk about their game and their teams, etc., and give a highlight of that. So, and also any thoughts or ideas from anybody in the community, if you have any thoughts of things that we could potentially add or talk about or do, feel free to post on that.
Let us know. Absolutely.
Or if you hate us talking about college football and say we shouldn't be doing these weird offshoots.
I would be willing to bet that most of the U.S. coaches in here probably at least watch some college football here and there. They may not be big fans, but they.
I think you underestimate the link between Blood Bowl and American football amongst English coaches too. Like I think a lot of the English players got into Blood Bowl because of their interest in American football.
Yeah, no, I absolutely can understand what you're saying there. I mean, it's now that the NFL is starting to play more matches in over in the European nations. It's getting bigger and people are learning more about it.
And I was just going to say a shout out to, maybe we'll put the link in the Discord, but there's an interview with Jervis Johnson about the origins of Blood Bowl.
Yeah.
And he very definitely mentions the NFL and how
Yep.
it was a big thing in the 80s in the UK, and that is where it came from, basically, which is a good interview to watch if you've not seen it already.
Yeah, definitely. And I think we talked about this before in one of the earlier episodes, that I honestly think that the NFL is gearing things towards trying to add one or two European-based leagues, or teams, into the league. So I think you almost would have to add two at once instead of one, because that way those two at least could have their games against each other, right, where there's less travel.
I mean, obviously the perfect response would be the same as what OFL is doing, have an entire
Division,
division of European teams. You know, you could
Absolutely.
easily get four teams in Europe. You know, when there was a European like American Football League, and there was like a London team, a Madrid team, a Berlin team, and
Yeah.
like it was definitely there might have been like 12 teams in Europe at one point. I can't remember how many it was.
Yep. Well, and that's now that I say we're just because I'm in the U.S., but now that the NFL has started playing games in multiple European cities, like this year they were in Brazil, which isn't European, obviously, but
Yeah,
they
but
were
non North American.
Yeah, they
yeah.
were in
North-
Germany, they were in Spain, they were in 2 or 3 different locations in Europe,
Yeah.
or in
It doesn't play
Great
in
Britain.
London. Yeah.
So yeah, they're getting the potential there to have a full division be able to be lined up, right, with non-American leagues, and that would be good because right now it's kind of limited in the amount of teams that get to travel overseas to play. But if
Yeah.
we had a full division, then you could get it set up in the scheduling where every team's traveling overseas to play at least once a season, maybe twice or 3 times, right? So yeah, it could definitely be a doable thing, and I believe actually let me pull this up and see real quick because I know things have changed a little bit, but NFL, yeah, all the divisions right now only have 4 teams, right? So you could have you could add a new division into each if you wanted to, and have 8 teams, or you could just do 1 to start with 4, and then work on getting a second.
I think we could definitely rustle up 4 teams, I reckon, across Europe.
A team in Germany, a team in Spain, and 2 teams in Britain, or something like that.
I mean, mentioning South America, you could have like one division of 4 in Europe and 1 division of 4 in South America. That's 2 not very far apart places.
Yeah,
that, you would then
or
fill
you
out,
could
right?
even throw Mexico into the South America one. If you could get a team in Mexico City or something like that.
I mean, that's the point. All this talking about expanding American football. Is there a Canadian team in the NFL?
There is
Because there is Canadian football already. There's Canadian Football League.
Yeah, there's
isn't
Canadian
there?
Football League. No, there's
was a
Buffalo's the
just
closest. They're right next
just
to
go
the
back to-
Canadian border.
Yeah.
Just going back to the game, that was a really cheeky 1 die splits by Menil there to tag the ball carrier.
Yeah.
And he stunned the Black Hawk as well.
Yep.
Oh, the big one, sorry.
Yeah, with no block,
No block as well.
no block, 1 dice on someone with block.
Yeah.
And you've got some teams that are really close to the border, like Detroit's right next to the Canadian border. Green Bay is close to the border. It's not right next to it.
Minnesota
is close to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
I mean,
by close, I mean in the same state, or
I mean, Seattle's not even that far, right? Seattle's like
No, they're
80
not.
miles or something
Yeah.
from Vancouver.
Yeah, they're not that far either. Yeah. Buffalo and Detroit are probably the closest because they're literally right on the line, the
Yeah.
country lines. But yeah, it's definitely doable, and it seems like that's what the commissioner in the league is wanting to do, just because they keep getting games scheduled over there and trying to get the fan base over there, hyped up for it. So
Yeah.
I don't know if I like pushing that ball right next to where the bloater can mark him.
Yeah, no, I was
Or
thinking the same thing.
The rot spawn.
Like the first blitzer who blitzed, I think should be in contact with the rock sport.
Yeah, to take
So
that
that,
assist and give that assist.
So as it is now, like not only does the rot spawn able to move onto the ball, but when he does, it leaves a gap in the defense, right?
Absolutely. And then he just double one
Oh.
and used 2 rerolls that turn. So,
Oh,
all right. While we finish watching this, we're gonna stop the recording here. We'll leave the stream up to watch the rest of the ending of this game. But for the
Goodbye,
recording-
everybody.
Yep.
Goodbye, everybody on YouTube, I guess.
Yep. For
Yeah.
the recording going on YouTube, thanks everybody for getting on and watching. Ethel and Khornight, thank you very much for getting on and co-hosting once again.
no problem.
Happy to.
Yep. And we'll see everybody back next week for the next episode. So have a good one, everybody, and we'll see you next week.